Hey guys, Infected Poison. Haven't made a video for quite some time now, mainly because I just got really bored of Ghosts. Watch Dogs series pretty crap, but now Call of Duty Advanced Warfare has come out. I thought I'd jump right in and play some multiplayer. Just wondering in the comments, haven't unlocked a huge amount so far, so in the comments below, just let us know what you think of the game so far. There's been some positives, there's been some negatives, as you know, it's Call of Duty, that's what everyone does, and you know, it's not too bad. The exosuit obviously was is the newest feature, so you can jump up high, so that's the thing I think a lot of people have found difficult reading some of the blogs and comments and things, is that they found it pretty difficult that you could effectively be running along and someone would jump down behind you or drop down behind you and shoot you. Or you could be running along and all of a sudden you'd be aiming at somebody and all of a sudden someone jumps up in front of you and shoots you because you're on high at an advantage point. But, you know, if you've been playing a bit of Titanfall, that's kind of how it is. And I'm not comparing this to Titanfall because it is by far a much different game. But, you know, it's a good game. You know, it's fast, which I like. You can't run around as much as I'd like to, because of the way people sort of jump around and move around. But it's not bad, you know. It's a good game. It's fast. It's furious. It's you die a lot. I mean, I die like between 2 or 3 kills. I don't think I've actually got any streaks going. You know, I've seen some of the really good players pull some streaks together, but even they sort of die very quickly. It's a difficult game to get used to because of all the movement. It's very fast. You know, I mean, but I say it's very fast, but sometimes you just spend your time running around part of the map and trying to find people to shoot. You know, and you know, the old tips and tricks of stay to the outsides of the map and shoot from the inside so people don't come around your back. It kind of works, but somebody's going to come all of a sudden, exosuit boost up right in front of you, and you got no hope at all. I think knowing the maps as well, I'm getting used to a couple of the maps because they come up on a regular basis. Horizon obviously comes back. It's one of the smaller maps in my opinion. It might not be, I don't know, but it seems it, because you seem to be able to run around the outside. Like here, you know, and I'm kind of like already in the enemy sort of path, and that's the other thing. What I've also found is when I start over rotating by accident, because I don't know the maps, I end up getting shot behind, and that's another thing that happens quite a lot, and that could be my fault. I'll tell you the other thing that's happened a lot, and I don't know if anyone else has noticed this, but the amount of campers just sitting there. You know, you just walk into a room and sit in the corner, and you're like, oh dude, seriously, you know, run around and find out about the map. I don't think I've seen anyone drop higher than sort of 22, 23 kills, so it's not massive. I think the BAL is a great gun, but everyone's saying it's overpowered. The problem is that it just doesn't seem to be, I don't know, it just doesn't seem to be as powerful as everyone seems to say it is for me. Maybe it's because of crap. I'm using the AK-12 there, and I find that gun superb. You know, you can move around a lot quicker. I've still got the iron sights on because I quite like the iron sights on this one. I don't tend to use, if you watch a lot of my Ghost stuff, I tend to use the red dot sight because I don't like iron sights. But for some reason, the iron sights on this are great. You know, they don't get in the way of the screen. They don't get in the way of your view and where you're shooting, and you know, it's not bad. I do think sometimes, so if you come up against someone with a BAL and you watch the kill cams and stuff, I die like with 1 bullet, yet when I have to shoot someone it takes like 15. You know, I take a whole clip to shoot them, and it's just frustrating, I guess. But I suppose the same as Ghost, you know, you got to get used to the game before you start getting some decent kills, you know. And then also, you know, the mini maps, I've always found the mini-map pretty hard to read, you know, no matter what Call of Duty I've been watching. But it's okay, you know, you can read the mini-map. It's just not being used to the maps, I guess, that you don't know where they're jumping. And also, I like the way that if someone's jumping with an exosuit, you get a little circle appear. You know, not a red dot, but you have like a little movable circle, like a ripple in the water. So that's quite handy. So you know where they're jumping up. and that's quite a nice feature. I think the other things that I like about the game are that, you know, it's not an overly long time to be waiting to get into a match, you know, so that's it's probably the same, but it doesn't seem to be that long. People don't seem to be dropping out of games, so you see, you know, I've only had sort of 2 games that I've had to stall. But the only other thing I do have to say is, whether it's my connection, I don't know, but if I play any other game mode other than TDM, the lag is just unreal. It is just to the point you cannot play, you know, and the game doesn't quit. You know, the game keeps going, and you can get all the way to the end and the game doesn't quit. That frustrates me. If everybody, and you look at the connection, because obviously they've put the connection icons back, you know, when you press the menu button and the bars come up with all the players. On the right hand side you can see their connections, and everybody is like one red bar, and it's like, just quit it, just stop the game, you know. It frustrates the absolute hell out of me, you know. There shouldn't be any need for this sort of thing now, unless you've got a pretty poor internet connection. I haven't got the best, but, you know, it's not bad. You know, it's not brilliant, but it's not bad. And it's like, just, I know there's a lot of people playing it, but, you know, lag just ruins it for me. But I wonder whether that's because I'm on Xbox One, because I found in Call of Duty Ghosts, when I moved from the Xbox 360 to the Xbox One, I started getting a lot of lag, and I wondered whether that was the Xbox One. So drop a comment if you've had a similar experience. And the other thing is that the delay on my controller from moving from a wired Xbox 360 to a wireless Xbox One, they say there's not meant to be, but I tell you there is. There is definitely some delay, you know, in movement and in the reaction time for me pressing the trigger button to shooting. I die so much more often nowadays. I seem to lose some of the gunfights, so I'm considering, I know that the pros have started getting it wired up through USB, so I'm considering sticking that in and see if there's a definite difference, if I see a difference in that. So there you go, we won that one. I think I went 22 for 13, so not a bad game. This is actually one of the first, second, I think maybe third games I played a multiplayer. So drop a like, drop a comment if you want, and I'll see you again in the next video. Cheers.